Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? axeltoss here alongside axslav. Back here at the MLG Studios, casting some StarCraft 2, presumably. That's what we're doing, right?
That is the intention, of course.
It's been a while.
It has. It has.
I'm excited, though.
We've got a cool new little tournament for you guys.
What is going on? Why are we here? What's going on, Nick?
Well, you know, we have everyone who got knocked out that first round of Dallas.
Yep.
Got a great little got an exhibition tournament with all the round 1 losers. And today's going to be the first match.
Yeah, that's what it is. Of course, if y'all remember, the 2013 Winter Championships, pretty awesome event. There's some guys who lost in the first round who were knocked out, right? You never want to go to a tournament, get knocked out, and then you have to go home. We decided to give them a second chance at some glory. So the winner of this bracket right here, all of the round 1 losers. Look at those names. Oh, my God. The winner of all this gets $1,000. Second place gets $500, and these matchups are insane. We got Minigun versus Creator, Stefano Thorzane, Sase, Ghost User, Hero Feast, Bly, Suppy, Vibe State, Huck Baby Knight, MarineKing Seed. What a ridiculous lineup we have in our hands. I'm happy we have this second chance for these guys.
I am.
I'm sure all these players are happy too.
They are. I mean, I remember MarineKing, I was casting a match versus Jockchi.
Yeah.
And he just got...
You know, I was casting that too.
Yeah.
Wait, we casted that together, actually.
That is correct, sir.
Yeah.
That was a great match, but MarineKing did kind of get a little clobbered there.
He did.
And he's such a dominant player. That's what single elimination does, is, you know, you can have great players like MarineKing get knocked out in the first round, but another great player like Jockchi, and that's why we had this little consolation tournament here, so they'll have a chance to get at least some of that money.
There's so many great players in that tournament. So it's funny. We see that bracket. It's like it's a premier. It's stacked, right? And these are the losers of round 1. So awesome opportunity for these guys. An awesome opportunity for matches for us, for us viewers. So guys, if you haven't already, get on Twitter, get on Reddit, get on Team Liquid. Join the conversation. Of course, you can follow us at axeltoss, at axslav. You can tweet at us as well, your predictions. But that being said, let's go and take a look at the schedule of what we're going to see this week. Now, today, we're going to see MarineKing versus Seed. And that's going to be pretty amazing. I'm excited for that. Of course, Wednesday, we're going to see Bly versus Suppy. Bly, he's a guy who went into the tournament. Everyone's like, oh, well, he's not going to do much. And, like, he's literally one of the only foreigners to take a game off of a Korean player. So really looking forward to his play tomorrow. Of course, going to give it Suppy. And then Thursday, Friday, we've got Vibe State, Huck, Baby Night. Ooh, I'm rubbing my hands together because those are some awesome matches.
They are. They are. I mean, State really didn't get to show his true skill versus partying there. Vibe versus Sen. Those are great games from Dallas. And just a reminder, if you guys are like, you know what, I like these matches, but I also want to see what happened to Sen. I missed some of his games from Dallas, you know, and I know he beat Vibe. What happened to Jockchi, who knocked out MarineKing?
Those are great questions.
Yeah, you can catch all those games on VOD.
Yes.
YouTube.com/official MLGSC2 to catch up on those games. But now we've got some new games never yet seen. MarineKing versus Seed is coming up first.
Of course, let's talk about these players. Of course, MarineKing versus Seed. It's going to be a best of 5, all best of 5, single elimination, and of course, the winner takes $1,000. Second place gets $500. MarineKing, of course, this is a guy who lost to Jockchi 3-0, and again, this is one of those players who he had a pretty tough matchup. First round in the Winter Championship against Jockchi. Of course, losing 3-0, but Jockchi is a very good player. MKP, though, he is the hero we may not deserve, but we definitely need, because he's a guy who Reddit actually flew him to an MLG, literally. So this guy has a massive fan base. I know a lot of guys are going to be rooting on him. MarineKing Prime, of course, so exciting with his use of Marines as well.
He is. One important thing to note is Protoss is his strongest matchup. This guy's very good against Protoss. So, I mean, even though he did lose to Jockchi, Seed, of course, is a Protoss player. It's his best matchup.
Yep.
I feel the games versus Jockchi really looked like he was just kind of behind in the builds. But it's a different matchup. All new builds, all new MarineKing. And with his micro and those medevacs, it's going to be insane. But his opponent, this guy, IM Seed, IM players, I've been devastating Heart of the Swarm so far.
The thing with IM, I keep doubting their players. I'm like, you know what? They're going to go away. They're not going to. But they keep just doing so well. And Seed is a player he's literally been playing Heart of the Swarm from the very beginning of the beta. Like, he was one of those guys. I think we even had a show match with him.
Versus Supernova.
Yeah.
And he demolished Supernova.
Yeah, like, he was like the premier player of the Heart of the Swarm beta. Of course, going to try to convert that into success. Not the luckiest draw here for him. Of course, he was in that lower 4th quadrant, the bottom right, which was like stacked with amazing players.
Group of death, you could
right.
say, yeah.
He played Rain in the first round, lost to him. And of course, you remember one of the games where he forgot to research Phoenix Upgrade.
That was
oh my
a shame.
gosh. You guys, I hate telling people to go watch it, but because it's like, it's so sad to see. But these pro players, they make mistakes too. But the point is, Seed, pretty tough draw, but he's going to have to go against MarineKing, and it all starts very soon. Of course, a best of 5 between the two to see who gets to the next round of this bracket.
You know what? I say let's just get it started.
Let's do it, man. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I hope you're ready to go.
I am. I'm ready to go. Game number 1 is going to be on this map right here, Aquilon Wastes.
Aquilon Wastes, indeed. One of my favorite maps. It's relatively new, and honestly, I love seeing the newer maps in Heart of the Swarm. You see so much more variety and strategy. Honestly, if I have it my way, I would have all the maps just played for 3 months, then flushed down the toilet. Is that bad? It might be a little bad.
I think you should really stagger these things. You know, bring them in every so often. So, you know, I like a whole new constant cycle of maps there. But in the meantime, this is a map that I think Seed may be having a little bit of nightmares about, right? Because this is the map where Seed forgot to get that Phoenix range upgrade.
I just had to turn on the game clock, so excuse the temporary delay from the action of SCV's mining minerals in the bottom right-hand location. We have the Red Terran player, MarineKing Prime, going to try to take advantage of this second chance, but he's going up against one of the best players of the losers of the round of 1 of Winter Championships. It is Seed, the Blue Protoss player from Team Incredible Miracle. This guy has quite a few Terran teammates he's able to get strategies from, I'm sure.
He does. I mean, MVP, Yoda. You know, the thing about MVP and Yoda, they're both 2 of the most accomplished players at the IEM World Championships. Of course, Yoda won the whole thing. MVP only dropped a series to Yoda, who won the whole thing. So, Seed's in no short demand of Heart of the Swarm experienced Terran opponents there. MarineKing, though, in classic MarineKing style, command center first. This guy, I love his builds because they all make sense, right? They're either go hardcore for economy or go hardcore for aggression early on.
That's so true.
And there's honestly, there's no reason to do anything else unless you're trying to be really tricky and hide your builds and trick your opponent, because if you just do like a pseudo aggression, you're not going to do any damage and you're not going to have a great economy. So, you know, go all in for one of those things, at least for the first 3 minutes of the game or so, and that's exactly what MarineKing is doing with that command center first.
And the thing with a build like this from MarineKing, like if you're at home and you're trying to mimic this guy, this is not for the faint of heart. This is not for the bronze guys, not for the silver guys, not for the gold guys, because it's so reliant on scouting your opponent and making sure you know what's coming up. Because if you try a build like this, you're really focusing on the economy, and all of a sudden you're facing an all-in of some sort, and you don't control it absolutely perfectly, you're going to die. So take these builds with a grain of salt if you're thinking about using this on ladder, because MarineKing, he's done this for a very long time. This is a very risky build, but he's the guy who can get away with it. Now, what's interesting here is Seed, he's got 2 guys, he's got 2 gases already. He's got 3 guys in each gas. No expansion, which implies he wants to do some scary stuff early, even getting out of faster Mothership Core. So these are kind of opposite builds from both these guys, and we'll have to see if Seed can take advantage, because if Seed can't get some damage done here, he's going to find himself a little bit behind. Now, not ridiculously behind, but again, MarineKing's command center is already done.
MarineKing's command center is done, but his first and second gas, he didn't even start those until his 3rd barracks is done, which means Stimpack, engineering bay upgrades, medevacs, Widow Mines tanks, whatever type of tech units he wants to go for, they're going to be extremely late. And that means the Protoss can actually be okay with a slightly later Nexus, because they'll be able to trade so efficiently. They'll have force fields for a long time, whereas really to deal with force fields, Terran needs medevacs or siege tanks, and MarineKing's not going to have those for quite some time.
Seed has yet to scout his opponent. MKP seeing the Nexus underway from, or MarineKing seeing the Nexus underway from Seed. I'm pretty sure he caught a glimpse of that Mothership Core, but, you know, it's really standard to get that out. If we're talking about builds in Heart of the Swarm, PvT, getting that fast Nexus is going to be fine when you get that Mothership Core out, because you have something called that Photon Overcharge, and that can help a bunch against scariness from the Terran opponent at this point in the game. But, again, MarineKing going for a very fast expansion. So Seed doesn't even know that's coming, just going for the very safe build with that Mothership Core and then the expansion. But I'm a little bit interested to see, all right, when is he actually going to go look? Oh, and And now we're going to see a hallucinated Oracle. This is pretty cool, Mr. axslav.
I like it. You know, it's basically roughly the same as the hallucinated Phoenix for scouting purposes. Slightly slower, so it's not quite as good as scouting, but if you can even get your opponent to pull their SCVs for a second out of Fear the Oracle.
Yep, there it is.
Yeah.
And those are mules too.
Exactly. That's economic damage done there. So it serves the purpose of a scout, and you get a little bit of, you know, maybe hurt them by 60, 70 minerals, and that all adds up.
And it's kind of cool in a best of 5 sense, because what if one game you use the hallucinate, and then another game you open with Stargate? And so they're like, oh, is it hallucinated or not? You can't really know as a Terran player until, of course, they're there. So MarineKing doing the right thing, pulling those SCVs, but Seed getting the better end of that deal, because that hallucinate, of course, only costs energy, and that comes back from that sentry. Meanwhile, Seed is actually pushing across the map here. We got 4 sentries, we got a Stalker, a Mothership Core. How many gateways behind this thing? Looks like 3 gateways, but no forward pylons. So, you know, he can always recall back, just trying to scare his opponent a little, I guess. He's not going to try to kill his opponent here.
No, I mean, there's one thing about MarineKing's building positioning, though. He could actually do some damage from the low ground, but there's enough Marines and Marauders. If he's not careful, pure Sentry Army can be taken out pretty easily. But he could take the reactor out from the low ground.
I don't understand this building position here from MarineKing, but he's going to come out here. There's a lot of Marines and a couple Marauders there. Seed throwing down some force fields, trying to section off those units, taking down a few Marines, and this is a very tense moment here. Again, these armies are so important for both of these two players. Seed has the option to recall out, but I am baffled by this unit placement, the building placement here from MarineKing. He's going to lose that reactor.
And that's actually a big thing.
It's
not so much the cost. It's pretty cheap.
Right.
But it's the medevac build time. That reactor, he's going to have to wait for that. He basically have to wait 50 seconds before he can reactor out medevacs, which means he's going to have 3 when he should have had 4, and so forth. He'll always be 1 medevac down. Of course, Seed did lose energy. Time Warp able to escape.
He can still recall.
He could. I think he's just going to...
Oh, this is going to die.
He might have to recall anyway.
He's going to have to time warp again.
Or use some force fields.
Oh, not going to get it down in time. There are a couple force fields trying to take down 2 Marines. Gets 1, but Seed going to back away. MarineKing nabbing that Mothership Core in revenge for that reactor, but I think the trade was a little better there for Seed. I mean, taking that reactor, it's such a big deal. You're delaying the medevac so much. Opponent has to rebuild it. Takes so much time to build those reactors. And medevacs in Heart of the Swarm, right? They're one of the instrumental pieces of a Terran arsenal. Of course, they have Ignite Afterburners. You can really spread out a Protoss player. A lot of Terran players revolving their play around those medevacs. So pretty cool pick off there from Seed, but again, it's not like MarineKing is out of this by any means. These guys still going to be relatively even. No one has a supreme advantage as we see Seed going for a fast High Templar Archives here.
The medevac's dropping a few units in the main, and fortunately for Seed, it's only 1 medevac, not 2 full guys. 1 pylon's still going to go down.
Yep.
I think Seed should be able to push this back. Yes, Blink's not quite done. Oh, if Blink was done, he could have maybe picked off that medevac.
Yeah, it's not that
if MarineKing's not careful, but MarineKing saw the 5 Stalkers. He knows there's a good number of gateways. There goes the scan. Where's it? Oh, it goes the scan onto Seed's composition. So he knows exactly what he's facing.
Look at how close that was to seeing the High Templar Archives.
Oh, just barely missing that.
Yep.
Can he figure out from a composition? I don't think he can know for certain.
And just now warping in those High Templars, of course, making an Archon, interestingly enough. So not feeling safe to start Storm. Now, this is interesting because when you get scanned as a Protoss right there, you kind of have to be scared of potential aggression because there's a reason your opponent is scanning to see if you're vulnerable there. So Seed just going to make those into an Archon, delaying Storm a bit, starting that charge upgrade. And MarineKing going to be pushing across the map.
MarineKing, of course, note that his 3rd is extremely late, never even having it started yet by the 11:30 mark, but a ton of units being powered out here. MarineKing's got a 30 supply advantage from powering so hard off of 2 bases.
Right.
Seed's got some force fields. Will they be enough?
You got a force field here. Are they going to go down? Not going down just yet. He needs that Mothership Core to put Photon Overcharge on this Nexus, but MarineKing going to try to engage here, pressing the Marines and the Marauders forward. Feedback's going down onto the medevacs, and I think MarineKing is in commanding control here, up 130 to 79 supply. Seed does not have enough units. Only Stalkers remain, essentially going to try to micro back. Charge is not yet done. He has 1-1 on the way. That's not going to be able to get finished up. MarineKing with a brilliant timing here, has plenty of medevacs overhead, and Seed is in a world of hurt.
He really is. MarineKing taking out Nexus. Seed down to 1 base. More units going down from Seed. The last Stalker falls.
Boom.
GG from Seed. MarineKing takes game number 1.
Interesting.
You know what I think played a big role in that?
Tell me.
Was Seed's first attack. He traded favorably. He killed maybe like 6 or 7 bio units and a reactor and only lost the Mothership Core. But he also used a lot of Sentry energy. And normally that's fine because it'll regenerate. But we noticed that MarineKing, maybe this could have been a reactor now that opened. that he didn't take a third base. He didn't go double eBay.
You're right.
He powered straight for a ton of barracks and went for this massive attack, saying, you know what, if he can use his energy up early, what I can do is I can just try to hit him before he can recover that energy.
Yeah.
And that's what he did, and Seed only had a few force fields, so, and Charge wasn't quite yet finished when one was not finished.
Time was of the essence there for Seed. If he had a little bit more time to get that 1-1 done, to get Charge done, maybe if he started Storm earlier, but it's so risky to do that because MarineKing just hit the perfect window. Like, he could have potentially held that off, but again, energy on those sentries is so important. Being sure to force field that ramp, keep that Terran army away for a good amount of time, get them to use a lot of stim, which kind of hurt them a little bit. Then that's going to help because again, as you said, MarineKing, he had 5 barracks, plenty of reactors, plenty of tech labs, just powering out the bio, and Seed definitely caught off guard there.
Very, a powerful attack by MarineKing. Terran players use this a lot. A very, very good timing. Caught Seed off guard there.
Yeah.
Will Seed strike back in game number 2?
Yeah, we're going to find out, of course. This is best of 5, so Seed is going to be down 0-1, MarineKing up 1-0. So guys, stay tuned. We'll be back with game 2 after a quick break.